Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Block Thrasher Daily Crypto Update, where we are simplifying crypto by shattering the complexities with news, commentary, analysis, and education. It's Tuesday, May 18th, 9:51. It's definitely a little bit later than when I normally release these updates. But hey, I've been busy. I've been tired. I don't think I've been sick, but maybe, kind of, fighting something. I don't know. A little bit of a headache for sure. Tiredness and achiness a little bit for sure. But the good news is I'm on the mend. Sometimes that will hit me. It's just like a 24-hour thing. Other people in my family will get sick for a few days. Thankfully, somehow, I just get like a little one-night thing, and then boom. It's gone. And that's how it is today. I am feeling good. I am feeling good in spite of what is happening in the cryptocurrency market currently. Listen, the cryptocurrency market is a little bit painful at the moment. I think that's the best word to say. We are down. Let's look at our word of the day, which is judder. Judder, to vibrate violently. For people who are new to the cryptocurrency space who aren't used to this, they might feel like somebody just kind of picked them up and was just shaking them, just like, you thought you were going to make money. You thought you were going to make money investing in crypto? It's like, put me down. No, I can't take this any longer. I've had enough. I'm getting out. I'm panicking. I'm dumping. I'm selling. And at the same time, wow, the retail investors, and you see it in the forums, you see it in the groups on Facebook, you see it all over the place. I can't take this. I'm down. I've lost so much money. I'm out. Goodbye. And this is one of the things that was so concerning about all the people that were rushing into crypto because they heard about DOGE or they heard about SafeMoon or whatever it was because of Elon, because of Cuban, because of the celebrities talking about it, right? And they put in small amounts, or they put in more than they should have. They took too much risk on using next month's rent money or something because, it's gonna 1,000x, it's gonna 10x, 100x, it's gonna whatever. We'll make a bunch of money. It's gonna be awesome. And then boom, we see a little bit of a correction like this and the market's down. Now, the total market capitalization is only down 2.5%. We're still at $2.0 trillion. So the market is actually still significantly up on the year. Significantly up. However, in the moment, everything's red. And Bitcoin is down 22.9% in the last 7 days. There's been $200 billion scraped right off the top of the Bitcoin total market cap. Gone. Poof. Like that. It's down 3.4% in the last 24 hours, down 2.0% in just the last hour. Bitcoin is currently $42,883.23. So I called one of my friends, who I know is a Bitcoin maximalist, right? For him, Bitcoin's all there is. It's the only crypto. So I asked him, how you doing? He said, actually, I'm doing quite well. And I was like, really? I think you'd be struggling a bit with this volatility in the market and the Bitcoin price dropping and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, but I'm actually sleeping like a baby. And I'm like, really? Surprised. And he says, yeah, I go to bed, I sleep for a couple hours, I get up and I cry. Go back to sleep again and sleep for a couple hours and I get up and I cry. Yeah, that's funny. But it's true. If you are only in Bitcoin right now, you're hurting. And you're hurting much more than if you are in a well-distributed, diversified portfolio of alts that are quality alts. Just looking at the market here and the prices, we can see that and the changes in the last week, right? Because there are still some cryptos that are up on the week. XRP is up 10.7%. Cardano is up 20.5%. Even Dogecoin is up 5.7%. Polkadot is up 4.1% on the week. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin down 20, 22%, 17% down, right? Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Uniswap down 7%. But then you got these others. Solana, 21.9% up. These are, and Polygon, 132.4% up. Up in the last 24 hours, up 20%. Solana, Polygon, Matic, Cardano, Polkadot, not as much, but still in that category. These are the smart contract DeFi application platforms that are environmentally friendly, that are proof of stake, that are what we like to call 3.0 type platforms. And so they're weathering the storm. And does this have something to do with Elon Musk's statement about the cost of energy to mine Bitcoin? It could. It could. So Bitcoin's dominance continues to fall. It's at 38.4%, and Ethereum is at 18.4%. F-gas prices are up a little bit today. Standard 111 HwAY. All right, so Bitcoin's 42,916. Ethereum is 3,305. Binance 501. XRP $1.55. Cardano $2. Dogecoin 47 cents. Polkadot $38.15. Bitcoin Cash $1,075 and Litecoin $292. Uniswap $33.90. Chainlink $38.83. Stellar 65 cents. Solana $51.69. Solana's been killing it. Polygon 205. Polygon's double killing it. Doing incredibly well. But as I was mentioning, what ends up happening during these types of drops, and they happen on a regular basis. 2-3 weeks will go by, maybe a week. Every week, 2-3 weeks, every month. At some point, there's a bit of a correction. Market drops, some kind of FUD. Boom, down. But what happens? Retail panics, and the big boys come in and buy. And here's one example. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, announced that they just bought $10 million in Bitcoin at $43.6 thousand. And this is what happens. All right, we've got some interesting news about XRP. As we continue to follow this XRP SEC story, XRP holders are accusing the SEC of contradictions on issue of XRP secondary market sales. The last few weeks and months have been a disappointment to everyone who expected the lawsuit between the United States SEC and Ripple Labs to wither away. In fact, the said lawsuit also saw the participation of a new party of XRP holders, a party represented by attorney John Deaton. In a motion to intervene filed last month, Deaton had argued that the SEC was disputing the independent utility of XRP, something that necessitated an intervention to develop the court's understanding. You know, it's interesting. It's sort of like a David and Goliath story here. Although, Ripple is not a small entity, and they do have the money and they do have the resources. And of course, the Ripple holders, being a large community that it is, and I'm sure filled with quite a large amount of wealthy investors, they do have the ability to fight back on this thing, and they are. And that's what's happening here. Now it's the holders of XRP saying that the SEC was disputing the independent utility of XRP, something that necessitated an intervention to develop the court's understanding. The SEC, in response to the same, on the 3rd of May, had alleged that these XRP holders were merely reciting the defendant's litigation position. The proposed interveners have now filed a memorandum of law in response to the SEC's aforementioned opposition. According to Deaton, the SEC is using red herrings, personal attacks, and irrelevant case law to distract the court from XRP holders' meritorious request for intervention. The regulatory agency's opposition to such an intervention was founded on a host of points. These included a suspended statutory and constitutional bar on intervention, the alleged broadening of the SEC's claims, and the SEC's contention that the defendants adequately represent the interest of XRP holders in the case. The latest memorandum of law filed by Deaton, however, argued otherwise, with his submission claiming that the SEC has used a, quote, completely irrelevant case to make assertions that are absurd. Such a contention, the MOL said, is without merit. What's more, the filing in support of XRP holders also claimed that the proposed intervention would not broaden the SEC's claims, since it would be well within the scope of the SEC's amended complaint. It went on to say, quote, just as the SEC has distanced itself from the Hinneman speech, arguing to Judge Netburn that it does not reflect the agency's official position, the SEC, faced with intervention attempts to distance itself from its own complaint. The reality is that the SEC has great difficulty reconciling what is alleged and what it can prove, it added, with the memorandum of law representing XRP holders also accusing the regulatory agency of contradicting itself on the issue of XRP secondary market sales. The personal nature of the legal battle between the parties in the said lawsuit was brought to the fore again this time, with the present submission also arguing that attorney John Deaton has been unfairly targeted as an, quote, unhinged conspiracy theorist crusader. Finally, the XRP holders' representation concluded by reiterating arguments it had already made in the past. Namely, XRP holders met the standard to intervene as a right, and permissive intervention should be granted since such a motion to intervene does not sow chaos into the lawsuit and would not cause undue delay. You know, it's interesting that the SEC is not wanting the holders to be able to intervene in the case. It must be that they would view that as being negative to their cause. And you've got to wonder, what is the SEC's motivation and purpose in all of this? No one's been harmed. There's been no foul play. The holders of XRP have actually done well. The whole purpose of the SEC in any event is to protect investors. But rather than protect them, in this case, what they've actually done is they've caused holders harm and loss by going after Ripple. So regardless of what the letter of the law is, the spirit of the SEC's purpose, as denoted by the authority it's been given through the Congress to regulate these things, its spirit, which is to protect consumers, can protect investors, is actually being negated by what they're trying to do here. All right, moving on. We're going to talk a little bit about Cardano and how Cardano is bringing ERC20, which is, if you're not aware, Ethereum tokens to the Cardano blockchain. Why is this important? This is actually hugely important because here's the reality of the matter. Here's the crux of the matter. you have all of these dApps out there that have been built on Ethereum. These developers who built these dApps, you can think of Uniswap to CryptoKitties and all across the board, everything else. They are being hampered and hindered in their attempt and their ability to build, launch, market, grow their ecosystems, grow their platforms by the problems that Ethereum has. It's transaction fees, it's low transaction speeds, and the nature of how the system works with how smart contracts are needed to create tokens on the platform. And then every single time you interact with that smart contract, even in the simplest way, even if it's a swap, let's say on Uniswap, one token to another, you get hit with these fees that are just not viable moving forward. And so we see many of these projects moving to be chain agnostic, number one, or just abandoning Ethereum. And this is only going to accelerate as more alternative platforms make it easy for them to do such. And Cardano is clearly in the lead as the number one platform. Number one upcoming platform, because we've already seen what was going to happen with the Binance Smart Chain happen. So let's look at this really quickly and see what this is about. Connecting blockchain protocols and collaborating on applications are essential to achieving the promise of decentralized finance, DeFi, and provide an alternative to the traditional banking system. According to DeFi Pulse, a tracking website, cryptocurrency to a total value of over 75 billion is now locked up in DeFi. That is incredible. A year ago, the total was just 700 million. So that is some crazy exponential growth. Most of this value is in the form of crypto assets based on the ERC20 token standard. But Ethereum's proof of work infrastructure is challenged with ever rising costs. We foresaw this issue, and providing an alternative was one of the founding principles we set for Cardano. This is about to come into fruition. This is from, by the way, the IOHK blog. To expand the variety of use cases for application developers and businesses, Cardano will support the ERC20 migration to its platform. The Alonzo hard fork and Plutus smart contracts are on the way. Once deployed, users of supported Ethereum tokens will be able to bring them over from Ethereum's congested network and take advantage of Cardano's transaction capacity and lower fees, while enjoying enhanced security, reduced costs, and interoperability. So here's what's cool about it. Take something like the Orion Protocol, which is something that I'm going to talk about in my soon-to-be-released Cardano Ecosystem podcast and vlog, which I'm still working on. I'm so sorry, guys. I was supposed to release that Sunday. I literally spent all day yesterday researching and going through all of these projects, many of which are doing exactly what this is talking about here, where they are going to be switching over from migrating over from Ethereum to Cardano. But take, for instance, the Orion Protocol, which is a decentralized exchange, an aggregate decentralized exchange. They are claiming to pull from all of the decentralized exchanges out there and the centralized exchanges. So the DEXs, the DEX, decentralized exchanges, and the CEXs, the CEX, centralized exchanges. So you can go to the Orion Protocol and you can trade and you can get the best possible trade price is the idea. Right now, they currently operate on the Ethereum blockchain and they operate on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, here's the crazy thing about it. Let's say that you want to go and buy some Orion token, which is ORN, on their platform, just to get started using their platform, because they use the ORN token for the trade fee, which are very, very low, by the way. If you go, and let's say you want to buy $10 of ORN tokens so that you can do a bunch of trades, because with that, you could do lots of trades. If you try to do that on the Ethereum platform and you connect your Ethereum MetaMask wallet and you start to trade, to buy $10 of the ORN token, it's going to cost you $40 in Ethereum gas fees currently. If you do it on the Binance Smart Chain, it's like 17 cents or something to this effect. And so the Orion Protocol is going to also be launching the Cardano platform. So you're going to be able to go use the Cardano platform instead. And so what's really cool about it is with this Erc20 converter, what you're going to be able to do, this is coming in weeks or in the next couple of months at least. You're going to be able to take your Uniswap, your DAO, your USDT, whatever it is, your Ethereum token, that's an ERC20 token, and convert it onto the Cardano blockchain, and then go trade it at a place like the Orion Protocol or any of the other DEXs that are going to be launching on the Cardano blockchain. Trade it, and then it's two-way. So you can go back to Ethereum if you so choose. Very, very cool. So let's take a closer look at the nature of ERC20 to understand why this standard fits the market trends in terms of business needs. First, Ethereum brought the concept of smart contracts and programmable money to the blockchain in 2015. Since then, tokenization and the ERC20 token have gained popularity because of utility in everyday business transactions. Applications have been built on a blockchain. These can provide tokens that serve as a payment unit, a transaction unit, access to digital services, a reward or incentive, a right to vote, and an investment mechanism. Well-designed ERC20 tokens address many needs, and the more useful they become, the more demand grows, and so their value grows accordingly. That is why these tokens are widely used and are so well supported by wallets and exchanges. So what does it look like when we look at Ethereum versus Cardano? The ERC20 standard was invented for Ethereum, and as of today, there are over 400,000 contracts based. 400,000 contracts based on this token standard. Examples include Binance Coin, Tether, Uniswap, and DAI, to name a few. Ethereum is a popular and functional blockchain platform, but it is slowing down and becoming more expensive. As more network participants interact with decentralized applications, the gas fees paid for validating transactions are rising sharply. And for those of you who are just listening, there is a chart here that shows since 2019, gas fees are just going straight up. Not totally straight up, but it's a very steep incline. The problem being experienced by Ethereum users have also been identified by a Cointelegraph survey cited in DeFi Adoption 2020, which said 45% of platforms built on Ethereum name scalability and high gas cost among the top 3 problems constraining mass DeFi adoption. Ethereum has not yet resolved these challenges and is unlikely to do so in the short term. So, many businesses will want to consider other options. By enabling the migration of ERC20 tokens to Cardano, we focus on delivering a value proposition that leverages Cardano's advantages over Ethereum. In particular, Cardano's higher capacity for transaction processing and lower fees when compared with Ethereum's high cost and often congested traffic. Enabled by Ouroboros. The key to addressing the problem of network congestion and high fees is Cardano's Ouroboros proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. Compared with Ethereum's proof-of-work protocol, Ouroboros needs far less energy to process network transactions. It runs using amounts of electricity on the scale of a large house rather than a small country. Because of this, Ouroboros is not only eco-friendly, but also needs far lower fees to process transactions. Additionally, Cardano does not require smart contract execution costs as the ledger supports native token functionality with its built-in accounting model. This is something that Ergo does as well, and you're going to continue to hear me talk more about Ergo. Very similar to our Cardano, although it is a proof of work platform, Cardano being the proof of stake, using the EUTXO model. But this is allowing for native tokens on the chain rather than see every time that a token gets created on Ethereum, a smart contract has to be written, which is complicated, which is time consuming, and which is expensive. But on Cardano, these are native tokens that benefit from all of the built-in features of the Cardano blockchain. This means that the tracking, transfer, and ownership of different types of assets are handled by the ledger instead of smart contracts, whereas the creation of and transfer of ERC20 tokens on Ethereum require the manual modification of the standard contract type. The logic for this is built into Cardano, which also eliminates the risks of errors and vulnerabilities. Things that we've seen like the rug pulls and other things that happen. Anytime you're interacting with a token that is built on the Ethereum blockchain, there's a level of risk because the developers control the smart contract and they can do anything they want with that. They can change the tokenomics, they change the supply, they can do all kinds of things. They can burn if they want, they can not burn if they don't want. So you have to trust that team as developers. So there's more trust involved there. Our ERC20 converter is a tool that will allow issuing organizations and their users to handle ERC20 token migration to Cardano. It is designed for token issuers, organizations that wish to enable the migration of their tokens to Cardano, and their users token holders to use the tool to move their ERC20 tokens to the Cardano network. Users can convert their Ethereum tokens in just a few clicks, and when moved across, these tokens will be translated into a special native token on Cardano that has the same value and works just like an ERC20. Additionally, if the user wishes to do so at a later stage, they can move their tokens back to the source network by burning them on Cardano. Two-way convertibility is baked in. We'll soon spin up a version of the ERC20 converter tool on a dedicated testnet. IO Global is currently working with partners for migrating to Cardano. Singularity.net will be the first of these. The ERC20 converter will introduce a new SingularityNet AGIX token. So the AGI token is going to become the AGIX token, the deployment of which marks the first milestone in the SingularityNet to Cardano migration plan. The initial testnet will allow users to assess the process of migration while working with AGIX tokens, both in Cardano and Ethereum Coven testnets. If you're new to the podcast, Singularity.net, the AGI token is one that I've been recommending for a long time. Ben Gortzel and the crew over there at Singularity.net are just doing incredible things. And they're giving this airdrop of the Singularity DAO token to all the AGI holders. And this Singularity DAO is going to be the governance token, but it's also going to provide this DeFi that they're working on that's going to be artificial intelligence driven DeFi. And there's more happening with that. That is really cool that I'll get into later. It will be possible to authenticate an account using MetaMask, an extension for the Chrome browser, with more options to come later. All right, I think we're going to wrap that up here. They're building a really easy to use graphical user interface where you're going to be able to connect your MetaMask wallet and you're going to be automatically able to select the token that you want to convert from the Ethereum blockchain to the Cardano blockchain. It'll automatically detect the tokens that you have from your MetaMask wallet, and then you put in your Cardano wallet, and it will do the conversion for you and send those tokens over to the Daedalus Cardano wallet or your Roy or whatever Cardano wallet you're using. A little bit more news of adoption. Fox is unveiling that they are launching an NFT company called Blockchain Creative Labs. This is interesting. On Monday, the CEO of the entertainment firm announced that Dan Harmon's new TV series, Cryptopolis, would be marketed and distributed through a new NFT company called Blockchain Creative Labs. Cryptopolis will be a comedy set in ancient Greece. The American broadcaster will launch a separate marketplace for selling digital items related to the show, such as characters, background arts, and gifts, all of which will be available as NFTs. They have not yet announced which blockchain or platform they're using for this. In government news, a U.S. congressman has created a tax safe harbor for crypto users. Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer has introduced a safe harbor bill to protect taxpayers with Forked Assets Act. He's calling it the Forked Assets Act, trying to protect them from Internal Revenue Service penalties. The act does not allow penalties against those who don't report gains or losses with forked assets until the IRS has created clear terms and conditions that forked assets holders must follow. The congressman has introduced this act as he believes the government needs to encourage and foster the development of technologies and not stifle them with costs and charges. Just like every other federal agency, the IRS, this is what he said, just like every other federal agency, the IRS must keep up with the rapid pace of technology or risk losing American leadership and innovation. Taxpayers suffering from a lack of tax guidance are being unfairly punished for investing in emerging technology. What has been issued by the IRS so far is not pragmatic and has not supported the technology, nor those who engage with it, he said, and added, we should be embracing emerging technologies and providing a clear regulatory system that allows innovation to flourish in the United States. A safe harbor will protect taxpayers until the IRS takes steps to improve their guidance. Good stuff. I like it. All right, let's wrap things up with our crypto terminology segment. We're going to actually be done with that today. And we're going through the U's, the V's, the W's, the X, the Y's, and the Z's. UTC time. UTC time is often used within the cryptocurrency industry for airdrop time, dates, and other things like that. UTC time is Coordinated Universal Time. It is the primary time standard by which the world regulates clocks and time, kept using highly precise atomic clocks combined with the Earth's rotation. Unbanked. Unbanked refers to those that are either unable to access banking services or choose not to. Unconfirmed. A state in which a transaction has not been appended to the blockchain. This can be really annoying when you're dealing with an exchange and you're waiting for confirmations to come through because you're trying to make a trade and the price is moving and you just can't get it done in time. It's like, Unpermissioned ledger. That's a public blockchain. Almost all cryptos would fall into that category. Unspent transaction output, a UTXO, an output of a blockchain transaction that has not been spent and can be used as an input for new transactions. Utility token, tokens that are designed specifically to be able to help people use something. Validator. What is a validator? A validator is a participant on a proof of stake blockchain involved in validating blocks for rewards. Often these are done by staking pools. Vanity address, a cryptocurrency public address with custom letters and numbers, usually picked by its owner. Vaporware, a cryptocurrency project that is never actually developed. Venture capital, a form of private equity provided to fund small, early-stage firms considered to have high growth potential. Virgin Bitcoin, Bitcoin that has never been spent. So when a miner mines a new Bitcoin, if they never spend it. Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik Buterin is one of the creators of Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. Volatility, a statistical measure of dispersion of returns measured by using the standard deviation of variance between returns from that same security or market index. Yes. To simplify that, it is price movement up and down, up and down. Volume. How much cryptocurrency has been traded over a set period, such as the past 24 hours? So if you look at CoinGecko, for instance, or coinmarketcap.com, they will list the 24-hour volume. With Bitcoin currently in the last 24 hours, it was $68 billion. With Ethereum, $64 billion. With Binance 3, if you drop down to Tether, $170 billion. So what does this tell us? This is how you can use this metric. The market cap of Tether is $57 billion, but the volume was 170. Just means there's a lot of activity coming in and out of Tether. People are using it, buying, selling. Also, another thing to keep in mind is when you see the market caps of the stablecoins, USD coin, Tether, BUSD, whatever they may be, increasing, it tells you that a lot of people are moving out of the cryptos into the stablecoins to try to protect their gains. Back to the terminology. Wallet, a place where cryptocurrency users can store, send, and receive digital assets. Wash trade. A wash trade is a form of market manipulation in which investors create artificial activity in the marketplace by simultaneously selling and buying the same cryptocurrencies. Watch list. A watch list is a feature of the website where users can create their own list of cryptocurrencies to follow. Alternative definition. A watch list is a set of pages a user has selected to monitor for changes. Weak hands. An investor prone to panic selling at the first sign of a price decline. And typically speaking, the data shows that retail investors have the weakest hands. Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is the coming generation of the internet. Weigh, the smallest fraction of an ether, with each ether to 1000000 whole mess of zeros weigh. Whale, a term used to describe investors who have uncommonly large amounts of crypto, especially with those with enough funds to manipulate the market. When Lambo, a phrase referring to when cryptocurrency holders will become rich enough to afford to purchase a Lamborghini. When Moon, a phrase used to ask when the price of cryptocurrencies will explode. Whitelist, a list of interested participants in an initial coin offering who registered their intent to take part or purchase in a sale. And now these are happening also with the IDOs, the initial DEX offerings, or the IEOs, initial exchange offerings. We're starting to see various methods of fundraising for crypto projects. One of the newest that I've seen, which we will revisit again when looking at the projects launching on the Cardano ecosystem, is the initial stake offering. There's at least 2 platforms that are utilizing this at the moment, where you will receive their token as a byproduct of staking Cardano on their staking pool. Very, very novel and interesting idea. White paper, a document released by a crypto project that gives investors technical information about its concept and a roadmap for how it plans to grow and succeed. YTD stands for year to date. Yield farming. Yield farming involves earning interest by investing crypto in decentralized finance markets. Zero confirmation transaction. Alternative phrasing for an unconfirmed transaction. Zero knowledge proof. In cryptocurrency, a zero knowledge proof enables one party to provide evidence that a transaction or event happened without revealing private details of that transaction or event. ZK snarks. ZK Snark's zero knowledge, succinct, non-interactive argument of knowledge are the proof construction that one can verify information like a secret key, both without disclosing the information itself or requiring any interaction between the prover and verifier. It's some bad stuff. I mean that in a good way. It's some very complicated, heady, geeky stuff right there, but also incredibly cool and valuable, especially in the cryptocurrency space. All right, friends, thank you so much for your time. Look forward for the coming Cardano ecosystem podcast here that will be released today or tomorrow. As soon as I get it done, I've been busting my butt to get all that information together for you guys. There's a ton of it. It's exciting stuff for sure. All right. I hope that you have an incredible Tuesday. Hope this week is going really, really well. I'll look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Remember, it's always a great day to earn and stack more crypto, especially in a market like this. Everything's on sale. This is a great time to pick up some of your favorite long-term holds. All right. Until tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Bye now.